Hi there, it's your friend Phil, Project Management Trainer and Coach. Welcome to 40 Days to PMP and CPM Exam Success. Today we're going to be talking about schedule management, and this is going to take us over the next series of days. When you think about schedule management, what comes to mind? What are the terms that pop into your head? What are the processes that pop into your head? Now take a look at the screen. You can see I've got a schedule for commercial construction. In this project, we can see that we've broken down the work into tasks and subtasks and so on. But the first thing that you do in the world of the PMI, as far as schedule management is concerned, is not popping open MS Project or Primavera or PlanView or Clearview or Smartsheets or any of those tools. What we do is we plan schedule management. Now look at the screen very carefully here. Right there in the middle, we can see a process, Plan Schedule Management. Now this image I'm showing you is from my book, PMP Exam IQ Test Workbook. I highly advise you to pick one up on Amazon and go through the PMP IQ exercises that I have in there. Well, let's take a look at the image here. We've got Plan Schedule Management right there, as you can see. Plan Schedule Management is the first process of time management, and it's from here that we derive a schedule management plan. That's the only output you get. You can see once you get this schedule management plan, it goes to all of those processes in time management as an input. Those processes that are within planning in time management all get fed the schedule management plan. As you can see, the plan is an input to define activities. It's an input to sequence activities. You can see it going to estimate activity resources as an input. You can also see it going to estimate activity durations, and this also becomes an input to develop schedule, while not shown here exactly. So every process in time management within planning will get fed the schedule management plan. What is the schedule management plan? Well, it's a plan for how to develop your schedule. It takes into account the size of the project, the nature of the project, its importance, the different variables involved, the complexity, how far down do we want to go in terms of scheduling. One of my friends, Colin, in a nuclear plant, he talked about spending weeks and months for a 5-minute procedure. Scheduling, weeks and months. Think about it. It depends on your project, really, right? Sometimes you need to, in MS Project, go down to the minute, sometimes down to the second, and have everything meticulously planned down. And in other cases, you don't need to go that far down. You could keep it high level at one day, maybe even a week or a month. So the level of detail in your schedule needs to be determined up front. It needs to be done in an intentional fashion, and that's why we have the planned schedule management process to guide us on how to schedule. What software are we going to use? How are we going to derive the tasks? Are we going to do that from a WBS, from the work package? And then when we do that, how are we going to sequence them? Who determines the sequencing logic? Is it the PM? Is it the engineers? Is it the IT specialist? Who is it? Now, all that stuff will be planned out, the level of detail, the degree of accuracy to the second, to the minute, what have you. And then you take that plan and you run with it. And that's pretty much what happens here. Now, quick reminder, plan schedule management is very similar to the other planning processes that involve the triple constraint, which is time, cost, scope, and I put risk in the middle. So think about cost management, think about scope management, think about risk management. You will see identical inputs. For the inputs to plan schedule management, as you can see here, we have the project charter going in. We have the project management plan going in. This is a recurring theme across time, cost, scope, and risk. You always see the project charter going in. You always see the project management plan going in. You also see EEFs and OPAs, which are not shown here. And I talked about this when we were discussing plan scope management. Similar inputs, don't forget, it's a recurring theme that could save you lots of time as you study the PMBOK Guide 5th edition. What are the tools and techniques for this? Tools and techniques are again similar across the board, but you will have expert judgment in this process. And in addition to this, you do need to remember meetings are used to facilitate all of this. And also remember, you do need to get a little bit analytical. So think about those analytical techniques as well, which could be used in this process, in cost management, in risk management, though not in scope. Okay, so look for these commonalities across the PMBOK guide, and it will really help you. Okay, so that's it for plan schedule management. Tomorrow we'll be talking about the next process here, define activities. Make sure you crack open that PMBOK guide, know all of those inputs, tools and techniques and outputs, inside, out, upside down, roundabout. Don't feel phased when you see any of these ITTOs. If you feel phased or stumped, that is a red light that you do not know that ITTO and that you need to crack open the book, search the web, search your study guide, get clarity on whichever ITTO is throwing you for a loop. Take care. Bye for now.